the real Excalibur, right? Yeah, it is.
It doesn't say, the name is the same.
Yeah, it was not translated as Excalibur in the SNES fan translation.
Was it actually different in Japanese, you think?
I think it's called Excalibur with a P.
The only difference between Excalibur and Excalibur would be that one of the little double line marks would turn into a little circle.
Probably a lot harder to notice of a difference, I would
maybe
guess.
But I don't know, it's almost more entertaining if they intended it to just not be a different name. Do I have Blessed Hands?
Sadly, no. That doesn't come into effect until Final Fantasy VII.
Really?
No, try to get slow on this guy. Alright. I forgot that in the SNES version, enemies have very low magic evasion.
Levia.
Levia. It's a fucking Harry Potter spell. See, look how cute it is. It's so horrifying when it's yours.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Duh.
Oh dear.
I did not heal very much, at least, which is good. Man.
How come he misses every time?
You suck, Bartz. Do quick into 4 meteors. Sure, why not?
It's gonna be expensive.
It is, but I've never done this before.
Alright.
I'm getting pretty low rolls. Maybe Bahamut has high magic defense. This is definitely worth, like, 140 MP.
This is cheap.
Quick is the best spell in the game for a reason.
Does it always hit 4 times?
Yeah, it's X fight, but it's a spell.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
What the heck does the word Esper even mean?
I don't know.
What was the first Final Fantasy to use that word? Was it 4? Esper are people with telepathy and or other mind powers. Hue, hue, hue.
Is that a GameFAQs answer?
Now it's a Reddit on Magic the Gathering subreddit. Apparently Espers are in Magic as well. Although it has -4 points.
I've been rewatching some Call Me Johnny reviews, as I'm wont to do. You know, he mentions replayability a lot, and this has been bugging me, but replayability should be like... It shouldn't be a measure of how many different times you can play a game, it should just be a measure of how, like, fun a game is. I mean, they can go hand in hand. You know, like this game. This game has replayability both in the fact that it's fun and in the fact that people replay it every year with a different, like, challenge mode stipulation. I've played Kingdom Hearts 2, like, a ton of times, and I played it basically exactly the same way every time just because the game is fun. Or, like, you know, Luigi's Mansion is replayable because, or I think it is, because it's fun and very short. That's pretty much my entire... Like, the entire thing I wanted to say was that I don't think it's necessarily... Replayability shouldn't be tied to how many different kinds of ways you can play a game. It should just be, is the game fun enough to replay?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Xenoblade is one of my favorite games, but I wouldn't really say it's replayable because it's long as fuck, and the game is kind of repetitive.
There's been a couple of games that I've done that with. Played it over again just for the story. And usually in those games, I'm not even fond of the gameplay. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon comes to mind.
Yeah.
I don't think the gameplay is bad, but it's not really my cup of tea.
So yeah, it's like whenever I would, like, see a game, or see a review of a game, be like, this game is so replayable because you have a million jobs to play as, or like, this game has a bunch of, like, routes, like it's a visual novel or something. And it's like, I don't know, I don't think those two things should be correlated 100%.
Variance isn't necessarily the same as replayability.
That's a succinct way to put it, yeah. So you say Sonic's whole thing is looks great, sounds great, plays shit.
Yes.
I think Sonic Battle is the biggest offender of that. I recently watched a TAS of the story mode, and I started watching it just to be like, I wonder if this game actually has interesting combos in it. It actually does. The TAS is actually really entertaining to watch sometimes, so that was nice. Because there's so few moves, basically there's like no juggle limit, so you can just like juggle anything into anything else, and it's actually fun to watch.
Why do you have to choose your moves in that game? Why not just have the whole moveset be available?
Really the reason it's like that is because there's so few buttons on the Game Boy Advance. Like there's not really... Yeah, there's not really a way around that. The presentation is great. The music is kind of hit or miss because, you know, it's a GBA.
I still don't think that's necessarily an excuse.
Yeah, not really, because, you know, Mother
However,
3 is like the ultimate counterexample to that.
I can't fault it, GBA music, for being crunchy as hell. Like, I can't just be like, well, if they do it good enough, then it would be good, because, like, some baller-ass people made music for it and still sometimes would sound fucked up.
Yeah, the music is hit or miss for people. I love the visuals. I think most people know that, like, the sprite art of Sonic Battle is some of the best in the entire series. It was used for, you know, Newgrounds Flash animations in time memoriam.
Yeah, I want to know what poor bastards had to make that game's graphics.
Yeah.
You ever seen those, like, pictures of people working in pre-N64 PlayStation era where they had to, like, draw this pixel art on grid paper and stuff?
Yeah. I remember Sakurai showed that in one of his videos, I believe.
Apparently, when the Sega Saturn was being made, I guess this part is fairly well known. Like, they intended for it to be more of a 2D thing until way later on when they were like, the only way we can compete is if it's a 3D thing. It was just an interview where one of the main dudes was like, it was very difficult to, like, show people how to make 3D games because everybody was used to, like, drawing
the graph
pixel art.
I never thought about that. Can I get a cube in here so I can, like, think a little more laterally?
Wait, you can master mimic? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but the only thing it gives you is Mimic to use on other classes. It's purely a formality. So Sonic Battle has the biggest discrepancy between bad gameplay and good presentation because the gameplay is just repetitive as fuck. I said that the TAS shows off a lot of, like, cool combos and the juggle system and stuff, but it's still boring. Like, it's like 3.5 hours or something, and it just, not even the TAS can make it interesting. I eventually started, I was skipping past all the fights and I was just watching the story, because the plot was actually, like, really engaging to me, because it just feels like more Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 style plots. Like, that was by far the most shocking thing to me, was that I was actually really into reading the dialogue. The other thing is that characters are just straight up better than others in certain areas, which is, like, you know, it's a fighting game, of course. And the game even knows that, because to make sure that you can't just make Emerald a super death machine, every move has a different cost, and you can only get a maximum of, like, 200 points. So you can't have every best move in the game. But it doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter, like, at all, because the AI is ungodly brain dead. There's no point to engage with any of its systems, because the AI is so stupid. I remember, even though I liked Sonic Battle as a kid for some reason, even I remember being like, all these repeated fights suck. Like, why do I have to fight this guy for 5 lives and then I have to do it again for 10 lives? You can just, like, spam your special move, like walk 5 feet, throw a mine at your feet, just, like, wait for the AI to walk into it, get launched up into the air, and then you can just juggle them infinitely by throwing mines directly below them because they'll never move. There's such a good inkling of a game there. If any Sonic game should get remade, it's fucking Sonic Battle, to make the control scheme not terrible and, like, give it voice acting and make the AI do anything at all.
They should put it on the GBA Switch thing so that they can, like, do it at EVO and record it.
I would watch that. I want to see what high-level Sonic Battle looks like. I've seen high-level Sonic the Fighters, and it sucks.
It'd probably also suck.
Yeah, probably.
Because it would probably just be like Tekken with no juggle limits, so just jabbing you across the whole field. But also the game is meant more as a party game where like 4 people run around and do shit.
Yeah, that's,
one-on-ones.
That's definitely true, yeah.
If the game would be fully just 3D and not like sprites on a weird shitty 3D environment, it wouldn't be nearly as charming. I would like to know why the hell they made that game though.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about Sonic spin-offs, is how just inexplicable they are. I mean, we can assume that Sonic Shuffle exists because, you know, chasing the trends of Mario Party, but there's no Mario game like Sonic Battle unless they were trying to go for Super Smash Bros, in which case, what the hell? Why? Like, out of all things, that's what you're going for?
That random tidbit I always remember about Sonic Battle, because I barely know anything about it, is that in the Japanese version, if you set it to English, then Rouge says the word bastard. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I can do that too, you idiot. Oh,
yeah, you only mimic stuff that you do.
What the fuck? That's not what Jed just told us. I don't have item. The fucking mimic guy's like, now you can mimic people too. He's lying. What the hell? Why is that such an indie game moment?
Yeah, get him.
Okay.
Keep doing that, I guess.
Okay. This is good. Holy god.
That's the rune edge. The rune edge is actually
I hate
decent.
you, I hate you, I hate you.
Woo. Get her,
You need to be
Kara.
nice to me right now. I feel like I've never even seen those axe sprites.
I'd also think that.
There's like a regular axe and a butter axe.
I need to be able to live one attack.
For some reason it reminds me, I remember in like school, in like elementary school, people would call gold things in Minecraft butter, and I was really annoyed by that.
There we go.
Oh. You did it.
This is it.
This is it.
Alright.
What? Is he supposed to say that after he's dead?
I'm not sure. I think you're supposed to get him to 0 HP, and then he doesn't disappear, but whatever.
Does Sonic and Smash Brothers have any Sonic battle moves? I forget.
No, that's the thing that Smash, like mods always do, is give Sonic the forward air, like, flip kick thing, and give him the breakdance down smash.
So does build-up just do 2 times damage?
Yes.
Is it like 1.5 times the amount of time for 2 times damage or something like that?
I'm not sure how the time works. It probably just is you wait another turn.
Well, that sounds terrible.
It seems like it'd be... I mean, for fists, it's good because fists can crit. So you're just, like, gambling on, like, a crit double damage, like 4 times damage move. Also, just to... I started looking for this thing at about 11:09 for the record, for like future me when I'm editing this.
Majority of cases, focus is no more turn efficient than simply attacking twice over 2 turns.
Yeah. That's why I say
if anything,
it's
it's worse because you're dealing damage in a less consistent stream, right?
Well, I mean, first of all, it gets outclassed by, you know, stuff like X-Fight, so it's not supposed to be something that you use for very long term, but yeah, it's pretty much only for weapons that can crit.
The anemone. I think that the TH stands for the, and they just, instead of putting an E, they put a period.
I'm pretty sure it's Thunder Anemone, but I like your idea a lot more. Yeah, that's another thing that that Pixel Remaster like didn't copyright, is the no damage sound, or not like the sound, but when an enemy hits you and like the enemy and like you're in your recoiling animation, you hear that dink if it's going to do 0. Like you hear the dink and then it's 0. But in Pixel Remaster, you get hit, you hear the normal getting hit noise, and then when the 0 pops up, the dink sound plays. I don't, it's like, it doesn't matter, but it is, I don't know, it's just I just don't get it. Like, how did...
Oh. Is it gonna insta-kill?
Just sucks them through the boat.
Yeah, what? Just turn the boat sideways, we have float.
The encounter rate on the boat is really fucking low. In Pixel Remaster, they increased it dramatically, which is both a good and bad thing, depending on how much you like or dislike boat combat.
If you were curious, the mime card in the Final Fantasy trading card game gets the same attack power as the last card you played. It has a base attack of 5,000, whatever that means. I don't know, like, what's a good or bad in that
Yeah,
game.
the numbers
But-
mean nothing to me.
So if you play something that's has less than that, then it'll get less than that. But then at the end of the turn, it'll go back up to 5,000. Not that I know how the fucking game works at all, but it'd be funny if you just had 0 attack and it was entirely determined by other people.
Well, really, the Mimic can't do anything without other classes. Whoa. That's new. What was that called?
There's cards for Final Fantasy Tactics A2.
Is it just Luso and the girl?
No, there's 73.
How is that even
It's like
possible?
most of
There's
them are
not
just all the
s-
jobs,
No.
because it's like all generic stuff. There's Luso EX, Penelo, which I thought was from
She's
12.
from 12, yeah. She's in Tactics A2 with Vaughn.
Sid of Clan Gully, and his art has him having a speech bubble that says "good." Why?
I don't know. Is the thing even coming from him?
What else would it be?
I mean, it looks like it's coming out of the FFTA2 little box. Like, why isn't it coming out of his mouth?
Sorry, what were we looking for again?
I'm trying to find the fucking Stingray to get Mighty Guard, but it's looking like it's not gonna happen.
White.
Black.
White. Fight.
Right.
I am gonna conjure with a wizard rod, and it will be cutscene hell.
X Conjure.
Every time I'm hit, it hex conjures. And it also is always Phoenix. Is Bart's Freelancer in there?
Yeah.
Yes!
What if the first one was Fat Chocobo?
How fucking... Every time you see a chocobo, it's like somebody else drew it.
Did that for about 15 to 20 minutes and didn't get jack shit.